I will be here with him, working on his defense, making sure that this case goes in the right direction.
This is the third time.
Yeah.
This judge not buying it.
In a court filing late Friday, prosecutors detailing the steps they say Combs is taking while locked up.
What happens when one of the most powerful moguls in the music industry faces allegations so damning they threaten to shatter his empire, and his lawyer reveals more than Diddy wanted?
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there's a Costco right down the street. You know, I think Americans buy in bulk, as we know.
The name Sean Diddy Combs has always been synonymous with power, control, and an unrelenting will to dominate whatever arena he steps into. But recent developments behind closed doors suggest the mogul is facing challenges that even his legendary composure.
You think I could book that for like the weekend of the 14th when the soundtrack comes out? If so, bump somebody. I love you, man. I got my MTV. I'm savage. I'm a savage. Oh, I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get. Yes. What's next? What's next? I gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay down. I'm not gonna stay lying down. I'm not. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything.
As his legal battles reach a fever pitch, whispers of a catastrophic clash with his own attorney have surfaced, hinting at an explosive confrontation where secrets and tempers boiled over. What's most intriguing is how this alleged fallout aligns with Diddy's deeply ingrained need to control every aspect of his life, his brand, and, most importantly, the narrative.
African-American males get to see something positive, not just who shot him this week, not the unemployment rate, not what they can't do, not incarceration, you know?
Yeah.
Diddy's attorney allegedly dropped a bombshell, whether in a private discussion or inadvertently during a legal proceeding remains unclear, that sent the music mogul into an explosive tirade. Suffice it to say, history tells us this is pretty common behavior when it comes to Diddy.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to even go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pop? But no, you have to do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah.
Some sources suggest the revelation touched on Diddy's finances, while others hint at more personal, potentially scandalous details.
Has his fortune from that been decimated since the fallout of this?
Yes. The answer to your last question is absolutely yes. And so to back that up, Revolt TV was founded to showcase hip-hop culture, youth creators, and it had some pretty successful programming. I believe Drink Champs is one of their most famous or most popular programs. And he had a little over 50% stake in that network. And what we were led to believe was that it was an equity stake, meaning that he had financial control over the company. A source that was close to the finances of Revolt said that wasn't true, that his equity stake essentially just controlled the voting rights of the company. So he didn't really have a lot of financial say, meaning that stake he did have in Revolt would be worth less. If you have financial control over the company, that's worth a lot. If you're just controlling, the voting, which is essentially what decisions the business makes, it's not worth as much.
Has Revolt responded to this at all?
They have, yes. The day that they announced that Diddy no longer had any stake in the company, their CEO, Detavio Samuel, said that they are going to hand Diddy shares over to employees. It's meant to be a way of equalizing everyone's place within the company, to have everyone have skin in the game, essentially. It's also meant to be a way to drive or generate wealth for employees who have come from marginalized backgrounds, in which wealth generation is a huge component of getting ahead in corporate America.
Witnesses describe Diddy's reaction as volcanic, Known for his charisma and unshakable presence, the mogul reportedly abandoned his usual cool demeanor, unleashing a torrent of accusations and demands.
All right, so Sean Combs' legal team has just raised, I would say, a new issue, sort of new issue to the court, and we're going to address it right now. And it concerns, of all things, believe it or not, access to a laptop while he's in the Metropolitan Detention Center, the MDC, where he's currently locked up while he's waiting trial next year. And before I even go into the defense's letter, I said it was new, but really, this is an issue that has come up before. You see, Sean Combs' defense lawyers, they have argued that the conditions at the MDC make it incredibly difficult for him to properly review evidence in the case and prepare for trial. And yes, he has a constitutional right to prepare for his trial. But they have been arguing for quite some time that because of the incredible amount of material in this case, you really can't do it without a laptop. He needs a laptop to review everything. I mean, this is a massive case. Combs is accused of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, transportation to engage in prostitution, and they are looking at him allegedly operating a criminal enterprise from 2008 to 2024. That is a long, long time period. And when he was first arrested, prosecutors at the time, they said they interviewed more than 50 victims and witnesses. They obtained over 90 cell phones, laptops, over 30 electronic and storage devices, firearms, physical evidence, records that were obtained pursuant to over 300 grand jury subpoenas and voluntary production. Think about how much stuff there is.
For years, he's managed to deflect attention from lingering rumors and accusations, deploying a mix of charm, misdirection, and sheer force of will. But now, as his attorney's revelations threaten to pull back the curtain, even Diddy's legendary PR machine may struggle to keep up.
Really no deal that the U.S. Attorney's Office can offer, and it's certainly not one that Diddy will accept. It would involve decades in federal prison. We're talking about mandatory minimum sentences of 10 years for both the charges and the sex trafficking. So we know that Diddy has fought charges before. There were state charges, there were gun-related, the nightclub shooting with J-Lo, but he's going to dig in his heels, and this case is going to trial. So if you're prosecutors, you really want to make sure that your evidence is bulletproof before you go down that route.
Could someone within his circle be orchestrating a coup, leaking sensitive information to weaken his position? Or is this a case of Diddy's paranoia getting the better of him, creating enemies where none exist? Either way, the mogul's response has been anything but measured.
I just got some information in myself, man, because it was strange to me that every month he's going up for a bail hearing. And I know that seems strange to a lot of people. But when I spoke to my people over in the courts that I have over there, they told me when people got a lot of money and they got lawyers that can come up with different reasons and different information and present it to the courts, that they are able to get how many bail hearings, as long as you got different information to present to the court, different evidence to present to the court that'll help his case or whatever, to get bail, they'll have one every month or every other month or whatever the lawyers present that. So you got to realize he got a lot of money. He still got a lot of money because he's paying these high-profile lawyers to take this case. So in having them to take this case, they're able to construct a lot of information together to making sure that when they go to the courts, they can say, yo, Your Honor, listen here, this is something that's changed, this is something that's new, this is something that's different. And doing that, that's giving them the opportunity to see can they get him bail. And it looked like he might get bail.
Yet true to form, Diddy hasn't retreated. If anything, the confrontation has only seemed to embolden him. In a recent cryptic social media post, he hinted at betrayal and resilience, writing, "When they try to tear you down, remember who you are." Was this a direct shot at his attorney or another masterstroke in the art of public misdirection?
He's just laser focused. He's engaged. He's helpful. He's confident. You know, we're going through our defense as we do every day, and his spirits are relatively good. I mean, you know, it's always difficult to be in a place like this, but I can tell you, the staff has been helpful and really, you know, wonderful to us. They've given us full access to him. I have no complaints whatsoever, and I'll be coming here every day. So, you know, every day until he's out I will be here with him, working on his defense, making sure that this case goes in the right direction, which results in him leaving this building.
Prosecutors claim Diddy used a prison texting app, Contact Me ASAP, to send hundreds of messages to individuals outside his approved contact list, including his children, who reportedly posted videos on social media in a move designed to sway potential jurors.
New details this morning in the sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs. Prosecutors now claiming that from behind bars, Combs has been trying to reach out to victims and possible witnesses. And ABC's Phil Lipoff is here now with this story. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Gio. Diddy's lawyers trying for a third time to get him out on bail, but this time, the prosecution telling the judge about attempts they say the rap mogul made from behind bars to influence everyone from potential jury to alleged victims.
Who's the boss? Dudes is lost. Don't think cause I'm iced out, I'ma cool off.
This morning, prosecutors leveling new accusations against Sean Diddy Combs, saying he poses a serious risk of danger even from behind bars as he awaits trial. In a court filing late Friday, prosecutors detailing the steps they say Combs is taking while locked up to reach out to prospective witnesses and influence public opinion to affect potential jurors.
The accusations within the prosecution's motion to deny bail are very serious and will be considered very heavily by the judge, because the judge is going to want to ensure that he is not influencing witnesses and or contacting anyone to influence a trial in any way.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges of racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution, and sex trafficking. He denies any wrongdoing. The government now asking a judge not to grant Combs' third request for bail, in which the music mogul offers a $50 million bail package citing new evidence and changed circumstances.